Welcome to Women Awakening. I'm Cynthia James, and this network is about changing lives one woman at a time. Welcome to Women Awakening. We are changing lives one woman at a time. We're changing the planet one woman at a time. And I'm Cynthia James. I'm your host, and I am so grateful for you to be here because it's very exciting to me to bring women to you that are investing time, energy, and love into themselves. You know, I'm excited especially about entrepreneurs that are conscious. So my guest today is Janine, and Janine is a transaction concierge, and she is the owner of KTC Services. She's amazing. She's brilliant. And Janine, welcome for being here.
Thank you.
And I forgot to say your last name. What's your last name?
Valentine.
Oh, a love thing. I love it.
Yes.
So tell us, what is a transaction concierge?
Well, I sort of made up that term, but it's known in the industry as a transaction coordinator. So I come alongside real estate agents when they have a client go under contract. And I handle all the pieces that they didn't become a realtor to do. All of the compliance, the paperwork, the deadlines. So I'm taking care of that at my computer while they're out and about with their clients. And I get them to the closing table.
Oh, that's awesome. And so this is your business. And why did you decide to do this?
I knew it would be something I was good at, and I wanted to work for myself, and I wanted to work from home. That really was the beginning of it. It's become so much more than that. I've been able to really find ways to express myself in this. It's very relational if you let it be. And so I am building an intentional community with my clients and finding ways that it becomes kind of an extension of myself. But I didn't know it would be that when I started the business.
Right. So you took a leap.
I did. It was a giant leap. Yes.
Right. So in your childhood, did you come from a family of entrepreneurs? What was your childhood like?
No, my mom was mostly a stay-at-home mom. She had a few little side gigs like Avon and Tupperware and stuff like that. So 70s. And then my dad was really the main provider for the family, and he worked at the same place, corporate job for his entire life until he retired. Something that doesn't happen very often anymore. So no, but interestingly, my siblings and I, all three of us, are entrepreneurs.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
And so for you, as an entrepreneur and as a woman on the planet today, what's been the biggest challenge that you experience in stepping out to do solo work?
Being solo, that's my biggest challenge for sure. I am really used to having a support system, validation, other people to collaborate with and help make decisions. So I really, really missed that, having to lean in and just trust myself and make those decisions on my own. And that just was really difficult at first. I just really wanted someone alongside me.
Yeah, I get that. And I just wanted to open the conversation here because for me, I spent a lot of my life giving myself away to men and becoming what they needed me to be. And then to step out on my own, I wasn't always so courageous or believing in myself. Was that your experience on any level?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I'd been married for 29 years. And so I was 19 when I got married. I always had a partner, so I didn't know what it was like to be on my own. I'd never lived alone. And so I went through a divorce just like 3 years before I started this business. And so I was just coming into that, just arriving at this place of being comfortable with being on my own. And so then I just pushed the limits of that, starting my business and doing that on my own. But because of that, it was extra empowering, if that makes sense. Totally. It meant more. I was so much more proud of myself for doing that because it was such a risky thing to do on my own.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
totally get that. Yeah, I mean, and you don't know what you don't know when you're stepping out and doing
Right.
that, right? Right,
Right.
exactly. So
Yes.
what do you think women are struggling with the most today?
Wow, that's a big question.
Mm.
Um, Most of the women in my sphere struggle with fear. And it's just sometimes it takes a while to name it as that, but I think that we're just afraid to be ourselves. I think we're afraid to be seen, to show up and be heard and have an actual potentially different opinion or
Mm.
an opinion at all. That's just what I see the most in women is we're trying so hard to support everyone around us and be liked and be easy and not take up too much space. And underneath all that is fear.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with
Yeah.
you. I work with a lot of women, and a lot of times it's like we don't know how to find our voice. We don't know how,
Yeah.
if it's safe to bring our voice, if
Mhm.
it's safe to show up and be present. So I think that word fear is powerful. And so I want people to be able to find you. So, how do people get in touch with you? What's your website?
It's keytcservices.com. So it's key like a key to a door, KEY, and then T is in Tom, C is in Charlie, services plural.com.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful. Well, and I want to just honor you because how long have you been in business now?
Almost 3 years.
Hmm. And
Hmm.
let's brag a little about your growth.
Okay.
How have you grown in 3 years?
Exponentially. I grew what I considered to be too fast at first, and that's kind of when I came on board with you with our program and stuff. But then in this last year, I've more than doubled my business,
Mm.
and I'm adding help now. So I'm bringing on a team so that I can increase my capacity.
Beautiful. Really
Yeah.
honoring of you. It's quite beautiful to witness. So, what do you want women to know about awakening? What's the one thing you want them to remember?
That it's 100% worth everything it costs you. That it's going to be scary as hell and it's going to feel uncomfortable, but it is so worth it. So unbelievably worth it. So just step out. Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. And you are such a beautiful example of that. Thank you so much for being
Thank
with us
you.
today. Thank you. And ladies, what I want you to know is like Janine is just an example of so many women on this planet who are taking leaps of faith, stepping out, bringing their gifts to the planet, and you can too. They're just examples, they're not the exception. So please step into your greatness, your power, your light. Seek the support that you need because the planet will change by our awakening. Have a great day. Come back and see and experience all the podcasts. We're adding them new every week. You're loved, you're important, and you matter. See you next time.